So, tell us where it all began.
Where did it all begin? I've always wanted a tackle shop. I used to work when I was a kid in Franco's in Bentley. Lovely bloke. Still my hero to this day, always will be. So when the opportunity came about, I was in a position where I could afford to buy the shop. I just thought it's worth going for. And I've not looked back since. I've been here 16 years. And people say the business is getting worse and worse. Not really. There's getting less and less of us. More and more people use the internet and don't go in the local shop, which people should go in the local shop and at least give them a chance. Give them a chance of your business. If you do all that, then if they can't beat your price, they'll tell you. And that's as much as you can do.
Tell us about your own fishing. You do a winter league, don't you? I've seen that.
Yeah, my own fishing. To be honest, my own fishing suffers a little bit with the shop. Having to work weekends, don't fish as many qualifiers as I'd like. 2 kids. Some will both be at school next year, so I can get back to what I want to be doing. I run a winter league out of the shop. We have 12 matches every other Sunday. Just as a pairs league, the money gets split, so nobody wins any individual money. So the money gets shared out. Half the league get paid out every week, and I pay the top 8 pairs out of 12, so the money gets shared. Brilliant league, keeps people entertained and keeps people coming in the shop through the winter.
A lot of people will recognise you from sitting behind Dave Burley at the Maver match this. Tell us how that come about and what sort of experience you had sat behind him winning the Maver match this final.
Well, I've known Dave a lot of years now. He fished in my winter league for a few years with Della. Very good angler, you can see he's a very good angler. And Dave, we travelled together, fished the UK champs together and some other things. Lovely lad, get on really, really well with him. Good fun, good company. The Maver final were brilliant. Sat with him, just a case of keeping him calm. He knows that place better than anybody else. This year drew absolutely terrible peg 5. He still thought he could win, but it's want to be. But I'm sure next year we'll be back again, and hopefully with a bit better draw, he'll be the first person to win it twice.
Yeah, so you've been here 16 years, probably seen a lot in the tackle industry. What sort of products are you stocking in the shop, and how do you think that tackle's changed over the years?
Tackle industry always changes. You have the front runners. I mean, I can remember when I first bought this shop, Preston weren't a big brand, but now they're probably the best selling brand I have. MAP have come from absolutely nowhere over the last 5 years. Make some of the best rods and poles on the market, in my opinion. Guru, from a company which didn't exist that long ago, have shook the industry up a little bit with the stuff what they do, and all the other brands are all playing catch up with them. Still have some of my old traditional brands, still sell a lot of Sensus natural ground baits, Leams, stuff like that. We've got like Dynamite what's coming into play. There's other different ground bait companies that are coming out, which I'm looking at stocking at the minute. I've just had a few different products from a few different people, some mainline stuff, something what isn't stocked around here. So the future's looking bright. There's less and less shops in Doncaster, but we're still surviving.
So why do you think that a person who's buying fishing tackle should rather come to a local tackle shop than buy online? Why do you think that?
Well, it's faceless online. There's nobody to talk to, nobody to advise you. Some of them do the talk things on it, but there's nothing better than actually getting a product in your hand and seeing a product. If you go to your local tackle shop, you get the interaction with all the local tackle dealers, you get all the local knowledge, which people, it's invaluable. especially when you're starting. I see so many people come in my shop what's been and bought tackle from high street stores, which they think is value for money. I personally don't think it's value for money. If you come in your local shop, you'll get a lot better kit for very similar price. It's so much better and so much fun. I grew up helping in a tackle shop, which you see so many characters, so many faces. Can be a little bit intimidating. That's the only thing I would say about a tackle shop. I run a kids match every year where I get between 30 and 40 kids what fish, to try and get kids fishing in my local area. It works, it does work. I've got people now, been doing that for 15 years. I put £500 into it every year. I get all the tackle firms to sponsor the kids event to try and get kids fishing. And now I've got people coming in what are like 25, 26-year-old what fish my kids match, and now they're coming back into fishing. They've gone away from fishing, but they're coming back in. And they have come back to the local tackle shop, which I really appreciate. I just wish people would use the local tackle shop more. It's a little pet thing of my own that I think they should give us a chance. If you give the small shop a chance, we'll still be here. If you don't give us a chance, you'll be travelling a long way to get your bait. And although people are selling bait through the internet and delivered to your door, I still think you get better bait in your local shop.
So, there's one thing that you're famous for.
Yes, I'm famous for one thing. I've won a few matches in my time, here and there. But the most famous thing I'm famous for is this. This is the Quacker. I did have two Quackers. I had a big Quacker and a little Quacker, but Dave Burley has my little Quacker as a good luck charm. It worked last year for winning the Maver match this. Unfortunately it didn't work this year. I'm going to have to make him take the Quacker to the draw and give it to Evie, and then we might have a bit more luck if we get back. The Quacker came about, I run a Thursday night league at Syke House Fisheries. In my opinion, probably the best fishery in Yorkshire, if not in the country. It's absolutely full of fish. We used to fish 3-hour night matches. You'd want anything from £180 to £200, and the fish average probably £2.5. The duck feature came out probably 7 years ago. The last Thursday night match, we'd have 12 matches. I'd won 9 of them, fishing a waggler, which is the thing what I love to do. But I thought I'd change it for the last match, so I made myself the duck. Fished it like a floating feeder. The duck actually dances, and I even got myself a little duck hat and a little duck caller. And on the Thursday night match, I actually won the match with £185. It's also got put in the Sunday Sport, so that's probably why I'm most famously known as the Duck Quacker.